Hello and welcome. It's Tuesday noon, our usual time for conversations with the earth. And welcome, Marianne.
Welcome, Karina.
Yeah, I posted yesterday that we're going to talk about water and fluidity. What the heck did I mean with that? I recently became aware that when I talked about let's connect with the earth, I was thinking about the land. I didn't
Mhm.
even include the various landscapes and especially did not include the water in
Yeah.
my thoughts. And the reality is on Earth, there's about 70% of water. And interestingly, our body is also made up of about 70% of water. Talk about being connected to the earth as a whole. And how much, when we talk about body, we talk about this solid form and totally ignore the fact that we have a lot of water in our body. And if we focus on the water, how much more fluidity could we have instead of solidity? And this was really, when Marianne and I had a conversation yesterday, that was really interesting for me. And it shifted my perception of what, not of water, my perception of body. It
Mm.
became way more expansive. And also, there was, as a sudden, some fluidity in the whole thing.
Yeah.
And did you have any special awareness yesterday during our conversation that you would like to share?
Oh, yeah. It was really interesting. And even now, when you were speaking, I noticed that some escaped me yesterday still about my body and water. And I jump back as though the conversation of connecting with the earth, and for you, it was more the land, the landscapes. And at that time, for me, it was becoming aware. Oh, for me, it looks like more connecting with the waters.
Hmm.
But then yesterday, because that was something for me like, oh, water, what is that? And a whole week long, every day there was something new awareness, yeah, something new to acknowledge. And then yesterday also we came to that fluidity, but now hearing it again in another way, other words, it is like, oh yes, but my body, how much I ignored potency of my body, but potency that comes also with the water and the fluidity of that.
Hmm.
As
Yeah.
I by solidify it, and I have a body that is quite solid, a body you see it, it has all its curves. Yeah, now questioning myself. So, knowing the importance of water for existing
Hmm.
the life we have, knowing that somehow it's quite easily for me to communicate with water. So having that communion with water, and at the same time ignoring it as though part of who I am with my body. So there is a lot of hmm, contradiction in a way, separation also. It's weird. There is some energy. coming up now again with what is it truly that in this case, that I am not willing to acknowledge. And it has to see with the potency somehow.
Hmm. I mean, what just popped for me is on Earth, we see water, be it the ocean, be it flowing water in creeks and streams and rivers, etc. But it's easy to ignore in the body because I don't see it. And if I don't see it, it's not there. That's often how we operate. Out of sight, out of mind. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
And yet, every single cell in our body contains some water.
But here you touch something that invisible.
Mm-hmm.
We don't see it in our bodies. And today, when I was facilitating the foundation, it came up also as in lightness, how we solidify our bodies also as when it becomes, in a sense, too light or light, go lumping it together with not being visible, not being seen, not being, yeah, not existing. So also water, even though there are a lot of different colors in water, mm, yeah, depend where it's coming from. A river, the water of a river has another color than the ocean, has another color of some lake or whatever. Water has different colors, but in general, we can say that water is transparent. You can look through it. So
Mm-hmm.
could it be that there we go in some line with ourselves as transparent, which is also the fluid of water, that it is equal as not existing, as not visible, as
Hmm. And I was just latching on that what if we say that blood is like water because it's flowing, but it has color, as you mentioned? And how much else do we have? And what also pops for me is how much are we drinking? And with when we drink water, plain water, and how much are we asking the water to heal? Because water is has consciousness
yeah.
as everything else. So asking it to heal us, to heal our body, to allow us to be more fluid and not so, this is the decision that I made, and therefore, da 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 da
Mm.
da. Uh, but more being fluid, to being willing to change a choice that we've made instead of, okay, I
Yeah.
need to see through that choice.
But also, this is really interesting, Corinna, because I know also in a period of my life, I only drank water from also the aspect knowing that the water was healing or yeah
Mm-hmm.
contributed a lot to my healing of my body. Still, when I hear you say, do we ask the water to heal us, then I say, oh no, I assumed, I took on water is healing, but not really from the awareness, not really from the consciousness. So, not really being present also with the water I drink or drank and drink.
Mm-hmm.
So, also there, and I know some. people laugh with me when I'm saying, yeah, but water is not only water. There is a lot of difference in water when you drink it. As many people say, yeah, but water is water. So what is it still that we as human
Mm-hmm.
beings on earth not are willing to be and receive with water, about water, that if we would truly, yeah, be being present as I don't know if you know the expression, we in Belgium we have something when you drink something and it's so delicious that they say, oh, it looks like an angel is peeing on my tongue, to express the deliciousness.
Mm-hmm.
But could that be that saying that is because the presence person is with what is going into the body? As though when you are really thirsty and didn't drink for hours and then you
Yeah.
pour a glass of water also, then it looks like we are in certain moments, little moments, even for 10 seconds, we can be present with water and noticing what it does for our body. But in general, how present are we with water?
I just got
And
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
And
70%, Karina, and we aren't present with water.
and what if I became, I mean, that's just what popped up for me. What if you become present when you drink water? And I'm aware of how much people uh, drink only distilled water because that is free of all the additives and everything. There's other people that will only drink uh, all the different kinds of what's called smart water, which have varieties of treatments
Yeah.
and additives and whatsoever. And then there is the regular water that you could drink straight out of from the out of a creek or from the spring, which nowadays is not that possible anymore due to our
Yeah.
whatever.
Or kind presence with earth.
Yeah, I like that expression. Or
Yeah.
caring presence with earth.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's not that kind, but hey.
But would I be able, and that's what I'm wondering, would I be able to notice the differences? And I have had so-called smart water, and I absolutely hated the taste.
Hmm.
I hate the taste of distilled water, you
Yeah.
know. And what is the difference, with regular spring water, which actually isn't natural spring water? It's distilled and then there's minerals added back in again. So just being present with the different kinds of water that I'm taking in.
Yeah. And as what this brings up for me is really, yeah, do we truly know or remember us what, yeah, pure, I'm gonna call it pure water, tastes like? As though even the tap water is, hmm,
Chlorinated. Ugh.
yeah, and here literally it's, and when you take it in your hands, it's like, yeah, I don't have words for this, so I filter it. But still, as you mentioned, the spring water, is it spring water? Most likely not.
No, not today anymore.
Not today anymore. So
Yeah.
for me, I'm really questioning, do I really know how spring, natural, truly natural spring water tastes like? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
And also, Karina, could it be that certain minerals, even bacteria in the water, are really serving our bodies, are contributing
Hmm.
to the health balance or whatever? So can we overtreat water as in the name of then it's healthy, while we can use the water, being present with it, and as you mentioned, asking the water to be healing for us, to be, yeah. So that's a big difference, because so
Hmm.
many times I see, I meet people also, oh, healthy, 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 healthy is this, healthy is that, and unhealthy is this. And then noticing that, yeah, but you are only speaking from the mind, not even present with what you are speaking about. So,
And how much is our separation from nature, our separation from the earth, uh, coloring what we consider healthy, what we consider contributory?
mhm, mhm, mhm. Yeah. And coming back also to the fluidity, what catched me up in the conversation yesterday was how much more ease, because my body relaxed as
Hmm.
I allowed it to be fluid. And this has nothing to see with the form. In a certain way, I
Yeah.
can have the same form, looks like a more heavy person, but being fluid with the water of my body, letting the molecules go wherever they want to go, be
Yeah.
whatever they want to be. And is that also the chaos of creation?
Yeah, water basically is necessary for life.
Yeah.
I mean, look at plants, look at if we don't water a plant, it'll die. If we don't give water to animals, even ourselves, we're gonna eventually die.
And even there, Karina, there is also a lot of diversity. As you see in nature, there are plants and animals that can survive with how
Little
long of a
water.
period? Really little water. And I can remember in my previous house in the garden, it was, yeah, we planted. I can't remember which plant it was, but it wasn't supposed to go there in that corner. And it was so little soil that there was, and rocks,
Mm-hmm.
stone. So we thought, yeah, we are going to put it here. So we see if it will grow, it grows. If not, not. That plant grew and grew that we looked at it really like we don't water it that much. It
Mm-hmm.
has so little soil, stone underneath. So as a matter of speaking, it had that height of soil to go with, but it was amazing. And even though it was a plant that normally prerequisites more soil and more water. So how amazing nature also adapt, yeah, due to the environment. And is that from the fluidity it chooses to be, as a plant has also a high percentage of water, I believe.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah,
How much is actually choice, some aspect in regards to how much water is needed? Because we can, humans can go for a few days without having any water.
true.
And plants, cacti in the desert can go for quite some time without water.
Yeah,
And as you said, different species of plants can go, as well as animals actually
yeah,
can
yeah,
go for quite some time without having a drink. Yet at some point, we all require water again.
yeah, yeah. But how would it be hmm, if we can really go with what is going on at a time instead of going, I need the water, from needing as we took on that it is
Mm.
required. So, you know, what if we don't make it wrong? The days we drink or have less water, that when we are present with the times we have it, and yeah, what could that change if we really are present with the water we drink? How can that exponentialize in our body and heal and go there where it is required?
I mean, on some level, this really is almost for me an invitation to play and be really present with, be aware of what is going on in my body if I drink little, if I don't drink anything, and if I drink a lot.
And I have experience with that in a way that normally I drink at least 2 liters of water.
Mhm.
Okay, that's some my body is fine with. And when there are days when I, let's say, drink only half a liter of water, which is a great difference, then it can happen that my head is saying, oh, I drank really little water today. What's up? And my body responds immediately, it's fine, I'm fine. And on the
Mhm.
other side, happened also that it looks like I can't even drink because my body shows me I'm full, still full of it, because I'm busy with something different. And
And
it doesn't require then the water at that time. So I noticed when I really respect
yeah.
and be present with that, then there are no issues.
So basically, if I translate what you just said, we are creating the issues based on our belief systems.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
you
my
are
experience.
supposed to, from a dietary perspective or nutritionist perspective, you are supposed to drink about 2 liters a day.
Yeah, yeah. And which I, for a long time, I really noted, I have to drink that because I
Mhm.
require that. But when I let it go of it, then I can have a day that I drink 3 liters or more, and then a day with half a liter of water. And I notice then I go into my head in the both
Yeah.
sides.
Yeah.
Or it is, oh, I didn't drink enough today. And on the other side also, oh, I drank a lot of water today. But my body is saying it's fine. It's okay.
Yeah.
So sometimes when the body is doing what it wants to do, why do we force it into something that it is? Yeah. What is it? It's an
Yeah,
invention. Is it? Yeah.
yeah. And how much are we willing truly to listen to our body? What our body requires,
Yeah.
what our body would like to eat, or in a different way, what our body would like to ingest.
That's something. Yeah. In the weekend, I had an experience of that, and I didn't ask if it wanted to digest the food. So it was happy with what I would like to eat and the body would like to eat. And it was a pasta with something. But I didn't ask if it is, if first, if it was at that time and if it would be happy to digest also. What happened, it tasted delicious. I had
Mhm.
a really good meal, but then afterwards, it looked like blowing up, like a heaviness, and then asking, "Oh, body, you didn't like it that much, looks like." But it was about the digestion. There it was about. So it's not, and digesting, when we ask that, then isn't it more ease to be present if it is one bite, two bites, four bites? You know, as what I am doing often is when my body wants to eat it, it said yes. I don't ask about
How
the
much?
volume,
Mhm.
about the digestion. So I start, and when it tastes nice, which in general is when your body wants to eat it, then it
Yeah,
tastes so nice that
yeah,
I'm starting to eat like an automatic pilot nearly. And
yeah.
it's going on and on. And then, oh, and then I'm making
Sort of,
way wrong.
I know. Oh, I just overate. I'm totally stuffed.
Yeah. And even though it's not that amount that I ate, but it was overstuffed because my body didn't want that much.
Yeah,
And it's not always overstuffed, is not always because it was an amount of food you say, oh, that was really a lot I ate. Not always. For me,
yeah,
it isn't. It's not always about yeah, the amount you eat, but truly overriding the body, overriding the body.
yeah. And that is, where are we willing to ask both for our body as well as for the earth? What would contribute to you?
Hmm. Yeah. And do we override also the body from that fluid aspect as when we are when our bodies are happy, so often I notice that my body doesn't require food, that it is happy only with
Yeah.
water. But
And
also there again, with from the aspects of the idea, we need to eat, we can't starve ourselves or whatever. We
yeah, if we
start to
don't eat,
override.
we'll starve. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And it's actually, from me having done rites of passage where you were, except for drinking water, I wouldn't eat anything for up to 4 days. Um, yeah, after the first day is fine. The second day, there is sort of like this hunger, and then day 3 and 4 are fine again. You're sort of over
But
the hump that we mentally create because the hump is, oh, I haven't eaten.
that That's and not being busy with the mouth.
Yeah. Uh,
Because for me it's also when there is a lot of fluid food in soup, or yeah, more drinkable food, then it comes up for me also, missing that bite, being
but
busy with food in your
yeah,
mouth.
yeah.
But also that's going with the energy there. Biting, isn't that also more the energy of solidifying, as yeah, making it,
Making it less solid, actually. I mean, biting, you chew what
yeah,
is too solid for you to take in and to digest.
that is correct. That is what we are doing. But the energy I noticed for me is also the bite is when you go,
Got
where do you, where, yeah, what am I truly doing when I'm chewing on food? Am I making it less solid, or do I solidify there's something that I'm not willing to be present with?
yeah. I mean, from this reality's perspective, you could say that the act of chewing is creating saliva, which makes it easier to digest. But
Mm-hmm.
that is not necessarily what is truly going on for the body.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. This I noticed now when speaking about it, was like, yeah, I know what we do it for, but in truth, it's more I miss something to prove myself also. Oh yeah, I still have my teeth. I still can make it hard. I still, because it's yeah,
Yeah.
it's rare. It's the opposite. But yeah, nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be, and everything is the opposite of what it appears to be. So also there, where do we use our mouth to solidify energies?
The question that comes up for me is it just the mouth? Is it the or the chewing? Or is there also an unconscious or non cognitive belief system that gets activated?
Hmm. Yeah, somehow that reads. And could it be that the belief systems activated there are all the excuses, all the judgments, all the projections, all the, yeah,
Yeah. Around eating, around the food, around what kind of food I'm eating, what I'm supposed to be eating, not
yeah,
supposed. I mean, the whole 9 yards.
yeah. Oh, wow. And that is that happening also when you don't bite, I'm gonna call it, or chew, during a longer period of time, that it is that we think we miss the food, but it
Mhm.
is truly, oh, we miss, where is that thing that I can maintain my beliefs? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that conversation, what that brings up for me is really choosing to play with various things and being present, being fully
Yeah.
present to perceive the energies that are going on, to perceive the thoughts that are going through my mind, that may be a hint about the belief systems that I'm not cognitively aware of.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, it's sort of experiment.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. It is. And it is. And I already chose it in the past, but when I choose it, I can be with it, let's say 1 day, 2 days, max 3 days, and then I forget again, or I'm not choosing it again. as though the moments I choose it to be really present, it's always so surprising how less food,
Yeah.
how little food really require and what is truly going on when I'm eating.
Yeah. On some level, that's, where Gary Douglas, the founder of Access Consciousness, says food should be homeopathic.
Yeah,
And if I look at the
yeah.
meaning of homeopathic, it means it's just a little bit, not the amounts that we consider appropriate.
Oh yeah, because in the homeopathic there is so many dilute, and they dilute it, and in a
Yeah.
percent quite high. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it is really little and contributing. So
And what would, I mean, that you saying contributing, how much is, uh, if I look at each bite being a contribution to my body, how much would that change the amount of what I eat?
yeah, Karina, that's and it is amazing when I allow myself to really be present. It amazes me every time because
Yeah,
I can notice then even after two, three bites, it looks like enough.
yeah, yeah,
So I'm gonna make again the choice, starting to be a lot more present with water, and especially the water I drink
yeah,
and my body.
yeah,
And the fluidity, because it triggered me really. What is that fluidity? Because our body is a lot more than what we see, what we can touch.
yeah,
So, yeah, what
yeah.
can we explore there to
But
become aware of?
what is possible there, and how much are we willing to play and find out
Yeah,
without any conclusions? Oh, this has to be this way or that way, by just being present and observing and saying, "Oh, I'm full. Let's stop. Oh, this time I was full after that much, and that time I was full after this much."
yeah.
And just noticing, not going into the judgments, oh, this is right and correct, or this is wrong and bad, but just being present
Yeah.
and play and explore and find out and
And
what is
also
possible.
what brings up with this is the fluidity, but I saw in a second as also the different types of streamings in the water, as there is water that's going fast, and then there is water that is really going slow, and then depend on the weather it can move
Yeah.
again different. Are we willing also to, yeah, to go with those differences, the differences
Hmm.
with our bodies?
Yeah.
So a lot to play, a lot to
A lot,
play.
lot to play with, and I'm curious what we come up with next week as a
Yeah, me
result,
too.
maybe of playing and
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? Who
seeing
knows?
where does it take us and what's going on and going
Yeah,
from there. Hmm.
great idea.
Yeah.
Great idea.
Yeah.
Thank you for this conversation, Karina.
I really enjoyed that. Thank you, Marianne. And bye bye to everybody.
Bye
See you next
bye.
week.